Did this announcement surprise you?
The timing of this announcement surprised me. Yeah, we were led to believe that they were still in conversation. So I gather that they managed to get that over the line. I think we were expecting something either later today or perhaps tomorrow. But yeah, it's the fact that they made this so quickly and that Jimmy will be back on the air on Tuesday. That's a good sign.
What's happening to YouTube, my left leaners, after Jimmy Kimmel was wrongfully let go of his job because the president was threatening to not help Disney out. A boycott ensued, costing Disney $3 billion, and now Jimmy Kimmel is back. MAGA, no one wants to have a fascist controlling all the businesses going on. At one point in time, y'all used to be against this type of stuff, and now I guess all of a sudden you all for it. And I made a comparison about how consequences don't understand laws, because people on the MAGA side kept saying, well, there's consequences to what you say. There's consequences to what you say. So I said to them, how would you feel if you had to sit across from the widow of Charlie Kirk and say, well, Mrs. Widow, there's consequences to what he said? That shit wouldn't feel good, would it? And then they wanted to try to go down the rabbit hole of Constitution this, Constitution that. Consequences does not abide by any law. It's just a thing that happens. And you can make the choice to behave a certain way, and consequences, whether you intend for them to happen or not, will happen. And an intended consequence of boycotting Disney is Jimmy Kimmel is back. And I'm glad he's back, because he should have never been let go. Disney has enough money that they should be willing to stand up against a fascist regime telling them who and what should be on the airway. Come on now. And the first thing fascists always do when they're trying to take down a country is go after the comedians, because comedians have a unique way of bringing people of all races, all political spectrums together, making you laugh and getting you to see something that you wouldn't see had you not heard their comedy. And I can tell you right now, if MAGA is mad about this, you've got a couple of knobs on your TV and your remote. Just turn the bitch off if you want to. And I think that the damage might have been done to Disney, because some of them people that they pissed off might not be coming back because they're worried that who's to say Disney won't pull this shit again? Because we all know Trump is probably not going to be happy about this. And he's probably going to send Brendan Carr to try to get some damn revenge on Disney. So Disney, if you want to keep the masses of the fans and the people who currently pay your money, you better stand up to this regime. Folks, please subscribe to this channel. Please welcome Jimmy Kimmel back. And please share my video with all your friends about my idea of the Tyson Save the Kids Gun Act, in which we use federal government money to put microchips in every single high assault weapon in America, and all the new ones made, and all the long range rifles and all the new ones made, that can track these guns anywhere they go. And if they get within 2 miles of a highly populated area, it pings the local police, the campus police, the Walmart flashlight police, whoever can get there and see it. And this would help the NRA, because it's going to pay them to put these chips in the guns. It'll help the gun manufacturers because they're getting money to do this. And more importantly, it saves lives. It will reduce the amount of crime we have from gun deaths. Follow my link, Politics of Being Black. You can get all the videos and things I do on this channel, and you can also get the newsletter, and you can stay informed. Enjoy the rest of this video. Get ready for Kimmel, which I hope he does not apologize.
All right, let's get back to our breaking news. Jimmy Kimmel live will return to ABC. Walt Disney says the late night show will be back on starting tomorrow. Its return comes less than a week after Disney suspended the show indefinitely following comments Kimmel made on air in response to the shooting death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. So the Walt Disney Company issued a statement on the decision, writing, quote, "Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. We'll have more on this in just a bit. All right, but let's bring in Peter White, executive editor of television at Deadline. Hi, Peter. Boy, a lot going on. We just got this news in the last hour. So the suspension of Kimmel's show certainly sparked a strong reaction in Hollywood and beyond. Could that have played a role in the decision to bring it back?
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? It's been a wild week for late night television with this Jimmy Kimmel situation. On one hand, yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there who think that Disney was making a folk hero out of Jimmy Kimmel, and what we've known for the last few days that they have been in discussions. Those conversations have taken place for since Thursday. So the fact that they could get this back on the air is great news for some. I think there'll be still some supporters of the president who perhaps would have preferred that he was not on television on Tuesday night. But yeah, we're all going to be watching Tuesday to see what Jimmy Kimmel makes of it. Yeah,
certainly. A lot of the supporters of Kimmel's suspension called it a business decision. The president cited bad ratings. So does the temporary nature of this break put that theory to bed?
Well, we're still doing some reporting on what exactly will happen, how long Jimmy Kimmel plans to stay around late night has always been up for debate. He himself has talked about wanting to leave various points over the last few years. But yeah, certainly this is going to be fascinating to see what Jimmy says. Fascinating to see how he reacts, because one of the things, and Disney said it in the statement, that they felt some of those comments were insensitive and ill-timed. They were really pushing for him to apologize. He did not want to apologize. So the words that he says on the monologue on Tuesday night, I think we'll have a few of us poring over them to see what he says.
Oh, absolutely. All ears and paying attention to it. So do we know anything about the monologue tomorrow night?
No, I suspect there will be a group of Jimmy Kimmel Live writers going through it right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if that goes through the top levels of Disney with Bob Iger, the CEO, and Dana Walden, who essentially runs the television operation. I suspect that they will have had some conversation in those meetings about what he might say on that first show back before they put out this statement. So I suspect Disney will know themselves. We don't know that quite yet. Jimmy hasn't said anything yet. I don't know if he's going to speak before the show, but yeah, it's certainly he's become something of a lightning rod for a much bigger issue. You have a sign there saying protect free speech. I think there's a lot of people, even some on the right. It was really fascinating to hear Senator Ted Cruz's comments a few days ago, where he was saying that this isn't necessarily a good thing because this kind of stuff could happen to people on the right if it does happen. So yeah, he's had some supporters on both sides.
Did this announcement surprise you?
The timing of this announcement surprised me. Yeah, we were led to believe that they were still in conversation. So I gather that they managed to get that over the line. I think we were expecting something either later today or perhaps tomorrow. But yeah, it's the fact that they made this so quickly and that Jimmy will be back on the air on Tuesday. That's a good sign.
Yeah, we'll circle back with you to kind of get your thoughts on his monologue the day after, the night before. All right, Peter White. Peter, thank you. All right.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.